Hi guys, this is Sliver here with another loot competition video where we compare the loot drops of certain prominent bosses in Diablo 4 to find out which bosses are worth farming more. Today we're going to compare the loot dropped by the Helltide Blood Maiden in two different situations. First, we're going to kill the Blood Maiden without contributing a Baleful Heart to summon it, and secondly, we're going to kill her after contributing a Baleful Heart. As you may know, after using a heart, you get a buff that increases drop rates from Blood Maidens. We're going to compare the number of unique items, items with greater affixes, and mythic uniques for 10 kills each. Let's go! As always, we're going to alternate between the two options. The first kill of the Blood Maiden, without using any Baleful Hearts, didn't yield any unique items and also didn't yield any items with greater affixes. Now we're going to kill the Blood Maiden after using a Baleful Heart, and as a result we got 3 items with greater affixes and no unique items. So already there's a huge difference between the two ways of killing the Blood Maiden. Let's look at what happens in round 2. Round 2 begins with the Baleful Heart-less Blood Maiden dropping 0 unique items and 0 items with greater affixes. However, the Blood Maiden that we killed after using a Baleful Heart drops 1 unique item and 1 item with greater affixes. So the gap widens between the two versions of the boss. In round 3, version 1 continues its streak of dropping nothing of interest, so 0 unique items and 0 items with greater affixes. And finishing round 3, version 2 drops 1 item with greater affixes and 1 unique item. So once again, the gap continues to widen between these two bosses. What will be the end? Who knows? Starting off round 4, no unique items and no items with greater affixes are dropped by version 1 of the boss. And round 4 is finished by the second version of the boss, surprisingly not dropping any unique items and any items with greater affixes. This is the first blank drop of version 2 of the boss. Starting off round 5, we have once again a 0 drop from the first version of the boss. And at the halfway point we have the version 2 of the boss dropping 1 item with greater affixes and 0 unique items. It seems the mythic uniques are not dropping very well from this boss, but this is not really the farm for mythic uniques. Round 6 starts off with the first version surprisingly dropping 2 items with greater affixes, which is quite unusual. This is by far the best result from version 1. And then the round ends by version 2 dropping 1 unique item and 0 items with greater affixes. So far this has been the only round where version 1 managed to close the gap and win over version 2. Starting off round 7, version 1 actually drops an item with greater affixes, so once again there was a useful drop in terms of version 1, so without using a Baleful Heart to summon the Blood Maiden. Compare this to the version 2 where 2 items with greater affixes dropped. This makes the gap between the two versions a bit wider And as you can see, no versions managed to drop a mythic unique so far, still. Getting closer to the end of the competition, we have version 1 dropping no items with greater affixes and no unique items either. So going back to the origins of the drops in terms of version 1. At the end of round 8, we have version 2 dropping one item with greater affixes and one unique item. So once again, version 2 wins over in terms of drops, as it should be in round 8. We're going to kick off round 9 by version 1 once again not dropping anything of use. And version 2 managing to drop one item with greater affixes once again. Still no bad uniques or mythic uniques or however you want to call them. The last round is kicked off by version 1 dropping once again 0 items of interest, so no unique items and no items with greater affixes. And the last kill of this competition, round 10, version 2, drops one unique item and one item with greater affixes. And with this, we have our end results of the competition. Of version 1 dropping 0 items that are unique and 3 items with greater affixes, and on the other hand, version 2 dropping 5 unique items and 11 items with greater affixes. So based on these results, the number of drops does significantly increase from the Blood Maiden in case the player uses a Baleful Heart to summon. As to exactly how much this increase is, we would have to conduct further experiments. Do you have any farming plans you want me to check out for the upcoming Season 5? Let me know in the comments and see you next time. Thanks!